Hey guys, welcome back to T-Bones Tech. In today's video, we are reviewing the iFootage Komodo K7 fluid head along with the Gazelle TC9 carbon fiber legs. So first off, let's talk about the head here, and it actually has a flat base to it. So let's go ahead and unscrew that here so you guys can see. I always like flat bases because it makes them much more versatile than these half bowls, because you can actually go ahead and take this off pretty quickly here. And you can pop this onto a camera slider or anything with a flat base to it. So the flat base here makes the head a lot more versatile. So we can even actually lay this here on the table and it's going to stand up. Now the Gazelle TC9 legs here that are made out of carbon fiber are extremely lightweight, and they also have this really nice aluminum hardware here which really add a cool look to them and also very strong feel. And these legs have a half bowl here up top with that flat mount that's going to attach to our head here. Something that's really nice about these legs is they actually have a quick detach here on the half bowl. So there's actually a button here that I can press down and it's going to fall right down, and that's going to allow us to swap out the heads very quickly. Now if I were to do something like that with this Manfrotto, I'm going to have to grab it down here and spin it for about 30 times. So here, let me demonstrate that real fast. I'm just spinning and spinning and spinning, and I'm still not even halfway there. It's just very, very annoying, and it makes it very hard to swap out the half bowls here. So again, I'm still spinning. It just takes absolutely forever to get this done here on the Manfrotto, where here on the iFootage, it just takes a second. It's really nice. So if I were to swap it out here, this is how it would look. And then of course, I'd have to spin it again, just that long to get it back on. But here on the iFootage system, I can attach it in just a couple of seconds and we are good to go. I really, really do like the setup. I'm not sure if iFootage was the first company to do this, but they definitely implemented it very well here on these legs, and I definitely like that a lot. This of course is a fluid head system, so we can get some really nice pans and tilts here, and we can adjust the drag with this big knob here on the tilt, which is really nice and very easy to grab. But here on the pan adjustment, unfortunately the knob is much smaller and it's a little bit harder to use than it is this big knob here on our tilt section. So that's a little bit annoying, but definitely not a deal breaker. We can still definitely dial it in very nicely and get some very, very smooth shots. Now, of course, we can easily lock down our pan and our tilt function. So here, if I twist this, it's going to lock down our pan selection, and then we can easily tilt the camera and not have to worry about it moving from side to side. And we can also lock down the tilt selection. So here our tripod is not moving anywhere with both locked down, which again is very nice. Now, something else that's really nice about this head is it actually takes Manfrotto video tripod plates. So of course they sell their own, but if you have a Manfrotto tripod plates, you can use them here on this head without any issues whatsoever. So here we have a Manfrotto head here. So we just go ahead and take off our camera off that, and then here we can easily just place this down and lock it in to our iFootage head. So this is really nice and very, very useful. That way you're not having to mess around with a ton of different tripod plates. You don't have to keep unscrewing or screwing them on. They just simply work. Now, something else that's really nice about this head is it actually has two selections for our tripod plate screws. So here on the left, we actually have a place where we can put a 3/8 inch screw here. So if we have a bigger camera, we can easily use this on the tripod plate and screw it into that camera. But then here, if we take a look here on the right, we can see space for our 1/4 inch screw. So that is really nice and handy. The tripod head also has a nice little level here, which is really great to help get the half bowl nice and level for doing some pans. Taking tripods off this head is extremely easy. All we do is we press the plate here all the way to the right, and then we press down where it says push and it's going to fall. It also has a safety feature, that way our camera isn't going to fall out. So that's also really nice. And then we have a nice aluminum handle here, which we can use to lock down our tripod plate. Now what I really like about the tripod plates is they actually have a nice little step down here. That way if you have a big lens on a small camera, kind of like I have here, I have the Canon EOS R8 with the Canon 24-270 f2.8 lens. So here we can see the lens gets fatter here. It actually has a cutout, so that way our lens isn't bottoming out here on the tripod plate. So that's really nice as well. And also on the tripod plate, we can see some measurements here. I believe it's in millimeters. That way when we take our camera off, we can easily line it up in the exact same selection that we left it off once we have it all dialed in and balanced. So that's really nice as well, and you're not going to find that here here on the Manfrotto. The head here is also very strong and can hold up to 15 pounds of weight, and our tilt range here goes from positive 90 degrees to negative 70 degrees, so that gives us a total of 160 degrees, and I'm definitely not going to ever need that much, but it's really nice to have just in case. The head also has a 4-step counterbalance system, which is really nice. Right now this camera isn't too heavy, so I don't need to really adjust the counterbalance too much, but we have up to 4 different settings here, so I'm keeping it here on the 1, and here we can see 1's basically about where we're going to want to be, but if we have a heavier camera, we're probably going to want to set it to 3 or 4. So right now we are at 4, and we can see it reacts completely different because of that counterbalance. We can see it's basically springing right back as soon as I move it. So again, we'll bring it back here to the 1, which is what I'm going to keep this at for my extremely light mirrorless camera. But again, if you have something bigger, it's really nice to have that built into the head. And again, at this price point, it's really nice. Now, next thing here is something they definitely didn't have to do, but it's really nice to have it included anyways, and it is a telescoping handle here, so we can lock it down just like this and have it really long, or we can bring it in here and have it very short, and it feels really nice and substantial. And again, they didn't have to do this, but it is really nice that they decided to go ahead and do it anyways. Overall, the build quality and construction of this head is very, very nice. I love all the aluminum red components here, which feel really, really good. And I think my only complaint here is that the pan knob is just a little bit too small. It works great, but again, it's just a little bit too small. I wish it was bigger. Here on the Manfrotto, we have this huge ring to adjust our fluid drag system here on the bottom, so you can access it from anywhere here, but on this it's going to be a little bit smaller and a little bit more annoying because of that. Now, as far as the legs go, these are very impressive as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this down and move the table out here, and I'll show you guys how I can quickly open up this tripod to its max height. So here, there are 2 really nice latches here, so I can easily press these open and slide them out here at the same time, so they come out really, really fast, and they also feel very secure once you lock them down. So this is a great setup for those run and gun videographers. And here we can see the tripod is out of frame here on the lens. It's absolutely huge here at the max height. So here at the max height of the tripod, it is 5 feet 6 inches. And then of course with the head on, it's going to add another 5 or 6 inches here. So let me go ahead and bring this down so you guys can actually see it back here in frame. And here you can see how you can easily adjust the legs to your liking. And again, it's extremely easy to lock them down with the big latch here on the side of the legs. Of course, these legs have real carbon fiber in them, and they're extremely tough, but they are also very lightweight. So everything about these legs is very robust and substantial, and there are actually 3 different levels you can adjust these legs at. So here we can open it up very nicely, and we can see we can adjust it here going out, and then we actually have one more that is almost 180 degrees, and again, that is still very, very solid, and you can get some really good video shots at that angle. With these legs, there's no splitter or anything like that, but you actually really don't need it because it is so solid and nice. Here on the base, we have a spot for a 3/8 inch screw, so we can attach some accessories on it. And then here on the other side of the base, we have a little section here where we can put a 1/4 inch screw into that, again, for accessories or of course for a camera screw. And then the last side here, we just have this little keychain here where we can actually put some extra weight here to make our tripod weigh a little bit more, allowing it to be a little bit steadier. And then here is just some quick B-roll of me filming video for my Shade Review YouTube channel, and you guys can see how smooth this video head is for this tilt. And then here on the pan, again, we can see it is very, very, very smooth. Now overall, I really do like the setup, and I think it actually might replace this big, heavy Manfrotto that's a little bit more bulky and not quite as intuitive as this iFootage is. Now, as far as pricing goes, these are actually very reasonably priced. The legs themselves are going to cost $389, and then the head actually is only $329. So that's $720 for both of them. That's about half the price of a comparable Manfrotto system. So I think $720 is a very good price for the two. Well, that's all I got for you guys in this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below. And of course, make sure to subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video, just like this one, to my YouTube channel. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.